Hello, my lovely English viewers. My name is Julia and I am known on Instagram and on YouTube as the Dutch Knitter. It has been a while since I recorded an English episode, but actually I also didn't record a Dutch episode for 8 months. The reason for that is very personal, but one of the things that lead me to be absent of social media for 8 months has to do with the birth of my first grandchild. What of course is a very happy happening, and I am beyond thrilled and happy, and he's the light of my life. But his birth triggered my grieving process. And maybe you don't know, but I'm married. Well, let me introduce a little bit of my background. I'm married to Bart. Bart is my second husband. I'm his second wife. He has 3 children from his first marriage, and I have 2 children of my first marriage. One of my children, my daughter, passed away 11 years ago due to cystic fibrosis. It's a horrible illness, and yeah, that's of course devastating. And we call it in Dutch taaislijmziekte. And yeah, that is of course a very dark period of my life. And the grieving process of my daughter will never stop because I miss her dearly. And yeah, my life isn't complete anymore. Without being a victim, because I don't like being a victim, without being dramatic. So the birth of my grandson triggered because my daughter was my firstborn child. So I just had so much sweet memories. But also for a baby you care, you take care of a baby, a young child, and you want it to be safe, and you want it to be happy, you want it to be healthy, and you want to protect it for all the bad things in the world. And I couldn't protect my daughter from being sick. I have on this YouTube channel some Dutch episodes about grieving. So if you're interested, I also can upload some in English. So especially during the holidays, the feeling of missing her is hard. I just wish she was on our Christmas table with all the children, with her new nephew, her brother, became a father. She would have loved it. So the last month I had a little bit hard time dealing with it. But now I'm fine, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling strong, and I really want to continue with my knitting podcast. So let's go to the knitting, because I have quite a lot to tell. I think also, I have finished objects which I didn't tell you about. I knitted a baby bear bonnet from a knitting for Olive for my grandson when he was born. I knitted a vest. I don't know if you call it a vest in English. It's the Hildegard vest from a Dutch designer, and her name is Mooi van Draad. Everything I mentioned today, you can find it in the description box below. So I knitted the Hildegard vest. Beautiful, very heavy yarn. I think I knitted that one in 9mm. I will put down below the sizes in inches. The 9mm, so it's a very thick needle. The yarn was quite heavy. It was 100% wool, and I liked it, but it was hard on my hands. I'm trying to learn myself new skills because I want to knit a little bit faster. And I know if I'm getting the hang of Norwegian knitting, I can knit a little bit faster because I'm a very slow knitter. And that's completely okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm not okay with that, because I really enjoy the process, but I also really love the finished garments. So I really wish I could make some more garments also for myself. So like what I'm wearing today, oh sorry, this is the microphone. What I'm wearing today, it's not knitted, it's just a bought sweater, really beautiful. It's from Biches, but yeah, I didn't knit it myself, and I really would love to wear my own knits, but yeah, it takes some time, and I'm really knitting a lot for other people and not for myself. So that's one thing. So before 8 months, I was knitting on the Roots and Shoots sweater from Teti Lusac, and a beautiful sweater. I don't know what it was. It just didn't work for me, and I think also because you know, I don't know if how you say it in English, but in Dutch we say, you know, I didn't sit really nice in my own skin. I don't know if you say that in English, but you know, I wasn't really in the mood for knitting, and I just didn't feel like knitting the Roots and Shoots sweater, although I would love to have the sweater. I have the yarn, and I tried, I think I started 5 times over and over again. A month ago, I started knitting again, and I decided to put it on the side. I will knit it, but I don't think this winter, but you never know. I started knitting the Bishes and Buches. Bishes and Buches shawl. It looks like this. Wait, this is the wrong side. No, it's good side. It looks like this. I already knitted quite a lot. It's quite a lot. Beautiful autumnal colors. These colors are beautiful in autumnal. It is beautiful, but these are not my colors, and these are the colors of my daughter-in-law. So I already told her that this one is for her. So she's a lucky girl because it is a beautiful scarf. It's quite big also. You see, it's already. It looks, you know, it looks nice on me though. It really looks nice on me. So I need to give it to her, but now I put it on my neck. I can see the colors on me as well, actually. It actually really looks nice on me. So, well, this is knitted in Le Gras Mohair from Biches and Buches, and it is knitted in 3 colors. It is knitted in the colors, and let's pick them here in the colors. Let's put them here. These are the 3 colors the whole scarf is knitted in. So this is dark khaki, dark gold, and dark red. I don't actually think this is a red. It's more like a reddish brown. It's a beautiful color. This is really a beautiful color. I really like it. So these are the colors I use for this. And what is nice about this scarf is that it actually looks like color work, but it isn't. So you can see here, but every row is knitted with a single strand of wool. But it looks like color work, don't you think? It's beautiful. Here's on single color, and now this was a single color. Look. And what is also very nice, the sides. It's very nice. You can see when you knit stockinette. Now when you knit because it's knit back and forth, so you purl and you knit. And when you're on the purl side, you knit the last stitch in a knit stitch, and it really gives a beautiful end. And when you start knitting the first stitch, you knit it purl, you just slip it purlwise. So that gives also the other side a beautiful, well, maybe I need to put this way, a beautiful side. So I now do that also with my other work. I'm knitting on something else, and I also do it with the other pattern, and that looks really nice. So the lovely, lovely scarf, Bishes and Buches number 59. Beautiful. It's really beautiful. And I bought the kit last year, And I didn't start knitting it because I thought it looked quite intimidating, but it's not at all. It's actually not hard. I find it more and more that knitting is not very hard. Even more difficult patterns, it just depends on how the pattern is written. And at this moment I'm knitting something which I will talk about later, which I think the pattern is not very clear. So then I find it hard. This pattern is very clear and not hard at all. I love it. I highly recommend knitting this scarf. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, what I forgot to tell about the scarf, it's really funny because you need to cast on a certain amount of stitches, and I was knitting and knitting and knitting, and suddenly I had I had 5 more stitches on the needle than what I casted on. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how is it I added 5 stitches to my work. And I think it's because, I'll take it out again. I think it's because the mohair is so, I don't know if you see it really well, but the mohair is so, you see, yeah, how you call it, hairy. So you don't see the stitches really well. It looks like you see them well. I don't know. I think I just thought, because I knit quite loosely, maybe I thought sometimes that I dropped a stitch when I didn't. And then I just added stitches. Honestly, I think that can only be that can be the only reason why I added stitches. So then I frogged it and I did it again. And again, I had 3 more stitches. So this one I did decrease them, because then I already was halfway, and I was like, I'm just decreasing, and now I'm good with my stitches, with my number of stitches. So let's hope we'll keep it that way. Then I was knitting the Romy cardigan of We Are Knitters, and it's really nice cardigan, but look, this is the back. Do you see how big it is? I think I can fit in here at least twice. And I already mentioned it also in my Dutch video, and somebody commented that she knitted the same cardigan, and I knitted this one in large because I like oversized clothes. And she said she just frogged it because also it turned out so big. So I think I'm going to frog this as well, and just start over and maybe go 2 sizes lower. Maybe I will knit a medium, maybe even a small, because it's really very big. I will let you know. So this is the back. I think the sides are okay. I knitted it already 8 months ago, so this was in my cupboard for 8 months. But this is one side. I have another side as well. I have one sleeve ready, and I think this one is not too big. I think this looks very nice. What I like about this cardigan, the fringes I like, but I also like that the whole body is knitted in pearl stitch. Now it's knitted only knit, 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 so you get this pattern. I forgot the name of this in English. And then the sleeve is knitted stockinette. So I think that's a nice touch on the vest. This is knitted and this color is called spotted beige, but as you can see in my cardigan, I don't know if you see spots. I don't see spots, so there are no spots in this cardigan. I need to finish this one. As I said, I started this 8 months ago. I need to frog the back. When I'm finished with the shawl and I'm finished with something for my grandson, I will finish this one. But this will be This will be finished this winter somewhere. Very, very nice cardigan. Yeah, then I knitted a baby bear bonnet again for my grandson. So I knitted one when he was born. So I knitted the size 0 to 3 months. And I used for that one, I used the Knitting for Olive, Knitting for Olive merino, the fine merino, the color soft cognac. And I used the soft silk mohair mushroom rose. And this combination was beautiful. So, but now it's too small for him because he's 8 months old. A month ago, our second grandson was born. So I knitted him exactly the same baby bear bonnet in exactly the same colors. So I used one ball for both heads. Now I knitted a second one for my grandson. He's now 8 months old. I knitted that one in blue in this beautiful combination. This is not a navy blue. It's more like, yeah, a warm, very warm blue color. This is the alpaca silk, and it's from Hobby, and the color is Berliner Cafe. It is very warm blue. It is gorgeous. And my daughter-in-law told me, Julia, you need to knit. You need to knit for yourself because this color is exactly the color of my eyes. I have dark blue eyes, so it's beautiful. And I paired it with this one, and this is the Friends Kid Silk, and it's seafoam. No, the color is not seafoam. The color is open sea. And this one together made a beautiful baby bear bonnet. But I wanted to knit him another one. And I wanted to knit another one for him. So I decided to use a new pattern from Knitting for Olive. And it's the baby bear bonnet, but it is the Balaclava version. That one is a little bit different to knit. That looks like so. It's not ready yet. This one I knit in the color Knitting for Olive merino bark. The color is bark. It's brown color, and I used also the kid silk mohair from Hobby in the color cappuccino. So the combination, it's really nice and marbled again. And in the face, where it's in the baby's face, you only knit it with the merino, so that not all the fuzz is going into the face of the baby. So as you can see, it's not finished yet. It's not finished yet, but the ears are on. I need to close them with a kitchen stitch. They're on hold at this moment. I thought this pattern was not clear at all. For me, it was not a clear pattern. So this one was, then you join it in the round. So this is in the round. Then you make some short rows. And then you put stitches on hold. Here, this is the neckline. So this I'm going to do now. You can make like, it needs to be so, the neck is not on top. So this will be the neckline, which is not clear in the pattern for me, is that, for example, when you make short rows, I'm used to read in a pattern that you just stitch the double stitch. Like when you turn and you make a double stitch. So when you come back, so you knit this stitch. For example, that was not written in the pattern. But also, it's not written clearly in the pattern. I think that the most of the bonnet, it is knitted in back and forth. So not in the round. And it is written in the beginning of the pattern, but when you come to that part, it's not written. So I think I knitted on Friday, I knitted about 6 hours and it almost finished. But it looked so off. It looked so terribly off. And I frogged it all. I frogged 6 hours of work. And then I knit it again. And I did all the German short rows again. And then when I came to the same point, I just tried a few things. And one of the things I did worked. So I think that's also the experience you have as a knitter. I'm not a very experienced knitter. But yeah, for me, it's not a very clear pattern. It's doable, but yeah, I needed to find out. So I hope it's okay now, and I think I will finish it tonight, or at least tomorrow night. And on Thursday I can give it to my grandson because it's cold outside, so he can wear it. It's beautiful. It's nice. Look at this. I'm not really happy with this color bark. On the picture on the website, it looked more like a warmer color. I think it is quite cool toned, but the rest of the head, it's really, this marbled color is beautiful. It looks very much like the first one I made. But the first one, I also made the part for the face, but this one goes so much in his face. So, you know, and the pattern says only to use the merino, and I got that. So, nice. I like it, but it's a confusing pattern. To me, it was a confusing pattern. So, and another thing I wanted to mention, an honorable mention, is this beautiful, beautiful lantern moon knitting needles. When I started knitting, I did my research and I bought the Chaigu needles. And I bought the metal ones. Later I bought the wooden ones. And I think the wooden ones I liked, but they're not smooth at all. And the small one broke on me also. And I was quite disappointed by that. I like the touch of wooden needles. This one, it's ebony wood. It's very, very smooth. I love, love, love these knitting needles. I love the cable. The cable is quite thick, but it's like also, you see, it's, I think, even better than the Chaiku cables, you know, the red ones. This one you just can turn around and the cable is not going anywhere. It's not, yeah, it just stays like it needs, like it just stays, it's such a nice cable. I love, love, love it. I think I will buy myself spare needles because I can see myself knitting only with these needles. The only downside of the black needles is when you are knitting with dark yarn in the evening, when there's not enough light. I have now a ring light in front of me, but when there's not enough light, it's hard to see. But for that, I bought myself a new light for my neck, a neck light. This one. Here's the lamp. You also can put it on the table. So you have a light just like that. You can read with it. It's very, you see this one, you can also move it around. It has, where is it? It has three, one, I will not blind you, but 1, 2, 3. It's just very light, warmer light, little bit less light, and off. I love this lamp. It is so good. It is when you have it on your neck, you're not, oh, let me see. Yeah, I need to do it like so. So when you have it on your neck, you know, I'm not blinding my partner. I had another one with 2 lamps here, and I a little bit blinded my partner. This one, it doesn't bother him, and I have much more light on my work because the light, it goes more down. And actually, I saw this in an ad on Instagram with Mr. Knitbear. He recommended this one, and I bought it, and I don't regret buying it at all. So good. I wanted to mention that. So now I want to talk a little bit about my knitting plans for the coming months. I really like to knit myself a cowl. if you have any recommendations for a nice cowl, because I think it's such a nice winter garment. You know, you put it over your head and it's warm, and also in the office when I feel cold, I can put it on. I need to look for a good wool which is not itchy, because I find mohair quite itchy. So I need to find, and I don't like synthetic wools. So I need to find myself a good wool or yarn which I love, which is soft, which is non-itchy, and which I can find in the Netherlands. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. Also want to knit myself a shawl. I think I will go for the scuffband shawl from Fibertails. I love that scarf. I also have another shawl which I like. That's the Stoker shawl, but I think I prefer the one from Fibertails. This scuffband shawl, it's beautiful and I love it. I love it, so I think I will go for that shawl. And then I want to knit myself a sweater, and I was thinking of 2 sweaters, but in the meantime I bought myself yarn for one of them. But one of the patterns I was thinking about is the Constellation sweater of Ozetta. It's beautiful. I love it in the blue color. It's oversized. I love the look of it. I just love this sweater. And I really would like to knit it as well. But you know, there's so many lovely sweaters to knit. It's so hard to choose. There's too much to choose from, and I get so inspired and also influenced by other knitters. So I need to stay with myself, what I really like, what I would wear. And sometimes it's hard when you get so much input on Instagram and on YouTube, but I love this sweater. It's beautiful. Then I have 2 sweaters of Aegyoknit, which I would love to knit. And one of them I'm going to knit. The other one I'm also going to knit, but not now. One of the sweaters is the Bawi sweater. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. It is so big and so loungy. I think this is a sweater you wear in the evening when it's cold outside, and you put the fire on, and you know, you're just on the couch with a blanket and you're knitting, and or just with your family. And yeah, I think it's a great lounge sweater. I would love that one. But first, I would like to knit the Seoul sweater. And the Seoul sweater I'm going to knit. I ordered already the yarn for it. I watched recently an episode of the Creabea of Rebecca Clow when she talked about her favorite yarns. And there she had a yarn recommendation for Drops Alpaca together with Knitting for Olive silk mohair. So this one I'm going to use for the Seoul sweater together. So I will use I think the cream white color and the black. Yeah, I will use the cream white and the black together. And I will knit myself the Seoul sweater. I think this is lovely. It's like Korean signs in it. It's also oversized, but not too oversized. I think Aegyoknit makes the most beautiful patterns. I think she is one of my favorite designers. I also love the designs of Junko Okamoto. I love her designs. And yeah, I like the oversized fit. And I really would like also to knit myself a drop shoulder sweater. I think I like the fit more for my body frame than a raglan sweater. But I'm not sure. I will see when I knit it and how it looks. So these are my plans for the coming months, and I hope the next podcast I will finish it. I think the frequency of my English podcast will be also once a month, like my Dutch ones. I'm not knitting that fast, so I decided, and I also have a job. I work 3 days a week, and 1 day a week I'm taking care of my grandchild. So, and so I don't have time in the daytime besides the weekends to knit in the daytime. I mainly knit in the evenings after work. So I think I have 2 hours in the night when I'm not going away. I have 2 hours to knit. I have 2 hours knitting time. So I think once a month uploading a Dutch video, and then the week after it I will upload my English videos. So every time when I upload a Dutch video, a week later I will upload my English video. And I will continue to do so. And I hope you will like it. I hope you will can bear my accent, my Dutch accent in my English. I can't help it because I'm Dutch. I would like to thank you for watching my video, and if you liked, please don't forget to put your thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!